yeah. We did it. No. Bloop, 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 bloop. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It is your girl, the Plush Mommy. I am plush and I'm a mommy. That is why I have that name. And it is another episode of It's Just Social Media. Your podcast for those of you who want to do social media, don't know how to do it, but you're still sharing that same video from 2004. I'm talking to you, Dad. Anyway, I am excited to get to our latest episode and our final installment of the Instagram series. But of course, before we get started, I want to make sure that you do me a favor. You ready for the favor? Don't say no. Don't say no before I ask you. Just do it. Go ahead. Hit subscribe. Right there. Right there. Good. 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 You got it. Now, after that, hit the little bell at the bottom so you can get notified for my next video. Perfect. You got it. I believed in you. Always did. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's get started. Last week, I discussed all of the things that had to do with Instagram. I discussed all of the things that were going on with your Instagram pages, how to curate your Instagram, make it look clean, make it look crisp, make it look nice. Just throughout, social media, there's a lot of questions on how Instagram's followers and algorithms and all these words, work. I'm just going to give you a few tips on growing your Instagram followers. First things first, when it comes to Instagram followers, you have to understand who your target market is, especially for business. If your goal is to grow your Instagram following, you are going to have a target market. It doesn't really matter if your goal is to grow Instagram following as an influencer or as a business owner or as anything. Your goal is to grow Instagram followers. You need to know exactly what your target market is, and you need to know exactly who is in your target market. Now, the way you would do that is, of course, researching your analytics and researching exactly who's in the realm, like who's following you right now. Look at who already is following you or who already is buying your products, who already is interested in the products and stuff like that. Your target market and your ideal customer or your ideal client are two very essential pieces of the puzzle. Depending on what your industry is, you would need to be able to tell me exactly what that target market is and also who your ideal customer is. Because your ideal customer is someone that is exactly who you want to be following you. And you want to get as many of your ideal customers in front of your page as possible. So when it comes to Instagram, knowing that target market and knowing your ideal customer can be found in many ways. You can look through hashtags, you can look through location, you can look through other businesses, your competitors, to see exactly who's following them or where they're coming from. In my eyes, that would help you get exactly what you're looking for when it comes to targeting your message, right? Because you want to make sure that those people are seeing your business and your products and your page, and you know that to get to them, you have to post certain things to get them interested and engaged with your page, right? The other thing with your followers, you need to make sure that you know what your core message is. You have a website already, you have a tagline, you should already know exactly what your core message is for your business. When you look at my page, you know exactly what I'm trying to give you. I'm trying to give you the information that social media marketing is actually possible for you to do yourself, right? But I also show you how much time social media marketing is. My core message is to give you all the intricate details that go with social media marketing, because eventually you're going to see how much work it takes. You're going to try to do it yourself, and it's not going to be easy to do that while managing a business. And that is always going to get you to want to call me afterwards because you don't want to have to do this yourself. And that's perfectly fine. The core message also can be buttoned up really nicely with short and sweet captions. Do not put these long, elongated storylines on your Instagram captions, because anytime a post shows up with a caption that goes way too long, that read more is not a big deal. But if they go read more and it just opens up the page, and now it's a book. I'm not reading that. They're not going to read all of that. And unfortunately, we're in a society now where people don't have the attention span that they used to, and they're not interested in reading these huge, long stories of the Odyssey on your captions. So you need to keep them short and sweet. You can Google all these different ways of captions that you want to use. You can even use quotes from your favorite author that are relevant to the post. You can also just do something simple. You always have a caption, but have the caption go alongside what your core message is and keep that going. I love to engage my followers. So my captions are always in an effort to help my followers, and always in an effort to make sure that my followers are aware of their misgivings when it comes to their social media platforms. I love to ask them, how many times have you used your Insta Stories this week? How often are you posting to your page? What is your strategy looking like? I think I have a post asking what is your theme for your page? And I actually get comments, and those comments are very, very worthwhile, because that goes into the next point. If you are going to grow your following on Instagram, you need to engage with your followers. You need to ask relevant questions that get your followers to want to actually comment on your picture. Because it's one thing to like a photo, but it's everything if they comment. And if they comment, you will then grow some following. More people commenting means the more times you're delivered to new accounts, and then the more times you're going to see more people going in and sharing your content. You want to get people to talk about your stuff. You want to get people talking to you and about you in the most positive way possible. This also obviously goes into socializing on social media. Social media is social networking. You are here to network. You're not on this video to watch me and my beautiful face and these awesome lashes and this amazing lips that I'm wearing. You know, you're not here just to see this face. I know it's popping. I know it is popping. You clicked on this video because you saw that you want to find out about Instagram and you want to find out how to grow your followers. You clicked on this video so you could find out what's going on. Why are you here if you didn't want to ask me questions? I know that most of the things I'm telling you are already answering your questions, but obviously ask more questions. So what I tell people to do, take your phone, open your Instagram, don't do it right now because you're watching my video, but make notes of this, okay? You're gonna take your phone, you're gonna hit the location of where you posted your post on. You're gonna look at that location, and then you're gonna look at all the top posts in that location, in that area. The location that's nearest to you are where these people who are also posting like-minded posts like yours in the area, okay? Find those people, or you can even go through the location and look for customers or potential clients and potential, buyers of your product or service, and go on to their profiles, leave relevant and thought out comments onto their post. That goes a long way than you'd ever realize. Follow for follow is a really great method, and I always tell people you can do that. And follow for follow is great, but you want to keep your followers. You don't want to just follow and then have them unfollow you later. Keeping your followers is your goal here. So actually getting people you want following you is more effective than getting people who you just kind of follow just so you could get some numbers up, right? I would never suggest buying followers because Instagram will delete your account and you don't want to run that risk. And also, if you have too many robots, or even if they say that they're relevant followers, I would never even trust it. I don't believe that. I don't really trust that. I'm really not that person that really goes in that realm, because to me, to grow your following, it really requires a real organic reach that goes through way more channels than just posting, just following for followers or buying followers. Go through the hashtags, the relevant hashtags or the popular hashtags within your industry, and find the top 4 or 5 accounts within your industry and comment. Leave comments under their posts. And relevant comments, not, oh my God, that's super cute. Hey girl, hey, what's going on? No, relevant comments. On the Plush Mommies page, I do this regularly, and I've actually managed to network and meet relevant bloggers, relevant fashion bloggers like myself, who also are doing the same thing. And we follow each other, we comment on each other's stuff, and they share my content. on their very large following. And I share their content on my very small following. And it doesn't matter because as I'm sharing and I support, they support back. And then as it grows, more people in the community find me and then they support. And then it's a snowball effect. I went from 400 followers to 1,100 plus followers in less than a few months just from this strategy alone. And if you remain consistent and vigilant in that strategy, you'll see a huge bump in your numbers just off that alone, because all you're doing is quite literally using social media for the exact reason it is invented, is to socialize digitally with people that you normally would not have met in person. So that is how it would help you. I know I'm so intense right now, but it's really serious. With that said, you need to research the hashtags that are within your industry. You get 30 hashtags per post. 30 hashtags are available to you per post. Those 30 hashtags, use every single one. You are trying to get customers that you want to buy from you in front of your page. So you would post content that is relevant to your business, right? But you would post content relevant to your business that is also relevant to your customers. Things that get your customers talking, things that your customers actually have talked about, talk and do focus groups. Find out from the current followers what they like about your page. Find out from your current followers what it is about your industry that they enjoy. Use hashtags that kind of gear towards what their interests are and go from there. You want to have a treasure chest of hashtags, right? Because although you get 30, I am never going to tell you to use the same 30 hashtags every single day, every single week, for every single month, for all of eternity. You don't want to do that to yourself. You run the risk of, one, getting shadow banned, and two, not being delivered through the algorithm to new accounts, okay? So when you're choosing your hashtags, you need to make sure that you're doing the following, especially for those of you who are smaller accounts, right? So a smaller account is like something within the 5,000 or less range. If you have about 5,000 or less followers, I would always suggest to use hashtags that are in the up to a couple 100,000 users of those hashtags. Hashtag blessed is not something you want to put yourself aligned with, because hashtag blessed has 1 million and some odd change followers. You don't want to put yourself in a hashtag that 1 million and some odd people are using when you're a smaller company on Instagram, right? You want to make sure that you're putting yourself in the conversations that can get you seen. Because when you put yourself with hashtags that are a couple million people that are posting it, you run the risk of being buried, okay? So you really want to make sure that you're very meticulous and strategic in the hashtags that you're using. And look at all the hashtags that go with your industry and then get really creative. There's so many hashtags out there for so many industries. I don't care what you're selling. Trust me, you can find 90 hashtags with no problem. And recycle throughout those 90 hashtags so that you're not constantly leaning on the same hashtags every single post. Make sure the hashtags are relevant to the post that you're posting. If I sit up here and I give you this video post and I put hashtag lipstick, that's not helping me, because I am not talking about lipstick. If I give you a hashtag, it needs to be relevant to what's posted, but it also needs to be relevant to who I want to see this post. So hashtag small business or small business minded or minding my small business, stuff like that could help me better as a marketing consultant or a marketing coach than a hashtag that says hashtag blessed or hashtag lipstick. You understand? I need to make sure that it's relevant to the topic at hand, that what I am giving you, so that you are aware of the things that I'm saying to you, okay? You want to make sure that you put the hashtags where you do 5 of the most relevant hashtags in the caption. What I do is I'll do the caption and then I line them up, because Instagram does not allow you to space down. It automatically consolidates your captions real tight. So what you would do is I do a bunch of dots under each other to elongate the caption. Those dots almost always indicate that those are hashtags under there, so people don't really need to read those. And then I put 5 of my most relevant hashtags at the bottom of my caption. Okay? After that, I put 25 of the remaining hashtags as the first comment in the photo, okay, or the video. That way, I'm delivered to all the hashtags that I want to be seen for me. Now, keep in mind, you can follow hashtags now as if they are Instagram posts. And following hashtags are a really great way to finding new content and finding people within your industry that you want to follow and network with. Okay, so that way you don't really have to go searching too far to find the top posters of your hashtags. They're already going to be delivered to your profile when you click to follow the hashtag. So that's the best part. When you use that hashtag often enough, then you'll follow it and then they'll deliver the top post to you so you can give the comments under those posts without you having to go search through location or hashtag as often. You also want to make sure that you keep your Insta Stories active. Now, in the previous video, I spoke about video and Insta Stories. Now, remember that Insta Stories are quick 15-second clips on Insta Story. You hold your finger down or you keep it hands-free and you just talk to the camera. It's very informal and it goes in that small little circle at the top left corner of your profile photo, okay? Insta Stories activity help show up on people's profile more so because you will be shown as a scroll up at the top of the page of the Instagram page, right? And you'll see a bunch of little profile pictures right there that you can scroll through. If you are actively using your Insta Stories every day, you will find that it'll actually help you, the business owner, show up more on people's pages via Insta Story than your actual post do. So if you're keeping up on Insta Story and you have, I think, up to 15 hashtags available for Insta Story. You can go ahead, create an Insta Story, do a behind the scenes photo or behind the scenes video of you recording or Insta Story. Good morning, guys. Have a great day. I'm excited to see you guys at the such and such event. Letting people know what's going to happen next for your business. Giving people updates about your life. Whatever the case is on your Insta Story. Keep your Insta Story current. Keep your Insta Story relevant and keep your Insta Story relaxed. Okay, that's really important. It doesn't always have to be professional video style Insta Stories. People are literally on Insta Story just so it shows as a view for you, but they're just okay. So you sitting up there chit-chatting on Insta Story, they're not really watching you. Now me, on my Insta Stories, I will chat all day, every day for as long as possible because I know there are people actually watching what I say and listening to the things I say on Insta Story. So for me, you have become accustomed to me speaking these random tips and these tricks and all that stuff to Insta Story. So I already know that when I go and I put all this stuff on Insta Story, it's actually working for me, right? But I also like to give you the behind the scenes. So with Insta Story, how it works, and we're looking at that background, we're looking at the behind the scenes, we're looking at the camera that's filming, and we're showing people exactly what's happening behind the scenes. Now, the reason I'm using my Insta Story with my iPad instead of my phone is because I'm using my phone, obviously, for the Insta Story. So this is what that does. And look at that. Look at how cool that is with your Insta Stories. And you can just show yourself on Insta Story just like this. I also suggest when you are using Insta Stories, you also do what is called a highlight. Highlights are basically access to the Insta Story after the 24-hour period is up. Okay, because Insta Stories, you only get them for about 24 hours. And you kind of want to make sure that you're giving people access in a way that they wouldn't get normally with a business, down the street. Like a local business that's right there around the corner, you don't really know who these people are, but people buy from people they like. So if people can get to know you through social media, it really helps you overall, and that's what makes them follow you. And what you really want is to get people interested in you, your brand, and your company, and following your page. So that is it for Instagram. I'm so happy that we spoke. It was really nice talking to you. And again, please make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Go ahead and click that button right below. Hit that notifications bell below so that you can get notified of my next video. And please give this video a thumbs up if you liked the video. And I would love to see you guys next week. And please never forget to spread love. It is the Brooklyn way. Have a great day, guys. Bye.